Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina. Well, you can see her head, so let me go ahead and change the camera so you can see Karina. I don't know, there you go. Is that better? It's time for your K1 Visa Green Card channel. Let's go. This is where you get all your free advice on how to get your green card, your spousal visa, your K1 visa. Karina's got her Colombia t-shirt on. Very nice t-shirt, in fact. She got it. Our landlord gifted it to her when we were in Bogota, Colombia. Karina went through the K1 visa process, just like you guys. Karina went through the green card process, just like you guys. Karina's from Venezuela, but she lived in Colombia for 6 years, which was nice. She got to live in a free country and experienced the hospitality of the Colombians, which they're great people. And all of Karina's family basically moved to Colombia from Venezuela because they like things like food and they like to be able to put, gas in their car and things like that. I've got MAGA Pixie Dust ready to go. I've got Mountain Dew Salutes ready to go. This is a large Mountain Dews. Look at that. And Dwayne Bickelman, hello. Oh, what's going on, Dwayne? How are you? How's your family? How's everybody doing? What day is it today? I don't even know. Monday. Today's Monday. We didn't do a live stream Saturday. We were tired. We were wore out. Working in the yard, and Karina worked all day. So it was a busy day. So we didn't do the live stream Saturday. But here we are, April 14th, 2025, live from the Panhandle of Florida. And if you have any questions on how to process a K1 visa, green card, spousal visa, I'm right here. Now, we maxed out on members. I said we're going to have 25 members. We got 26. We got actually 27, but somebody decided to cancel their membership. So there's another spot open if you want to take it. If you want to be a member, if you become a member, you get my phone number, you get my email address. Now, if you are a member of this channel, don't be shy to call me, text me, or email me. You got to email me, text me, contact me if you got questions, okay? That's why I'm here. Let me earn that membership fee. Let's see, Douglas Olson, my wife and I had our adjustment of status interview in Philadelphia on Friday. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute. She received her approval the next day on Saturday. So they made you sweat for 24 hours. Well, that's nice. That's unusual. Normally they tell you right away. Mountain Dew salute. Congratulations, Douglas. Well, and to your fiance, not your wife now. And that's great. What country is? Tell everybody where your wife's from. What country? You got to remind us where everybody's from. I got a good memory. Okay, I'm a math guy, and I'm a physics guy, and I got a good memory, but I can't remember everything. I try my best. Cornell Rivers, hello, lovely couple. Cornell, what's going on? Good to see you. Cornell's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Dwayne Bickelman, we're doing well. Just waiting on the green card. Waiting and waiting and waiting. And waiting and waiting. And Doug Olson, yeah, she got approved the next day. Well, I'm sorry they made you sleep on it. That sucks. But if you were denied, they would have told you right away anyway. So don't panic. You did good. Larry Piercy. Larry's a member of the channel. I get goofy when you skip a day. Well, I skipped a day. I didn't know what day of the week it is. Today, okay, Larry, look. Today is Monday, lunes, April, 40, it's 14th, bless you, yes. 2025. Mm-hmm. Douglas, a Filipina living in Cyprus. So she was in Nicosia, probably. Cyprus is an island in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of Lebanon, if I recall my geography. And Douglas Olson, thank you for everything. You're welcome, Douglas. We're here for you. We're here to help you. That's why we're here. Now, Karina, she's a little short. I need to probably raise the camera up a little bit so I can see her. She's little. She's a little. Larry Piercy, still waiting. Mogi's waiting, but you're patient, right? Just pretend you're on a 6-month deployment on a fleet marine ship, and it's 6 months deployment, but it's going to be less than that. You're into the weeks less. Jay Baxter, Lower the camera. Well, I can't. I need to higher. I need to make the camera higher. Higher. It needs to go higher. Douglas Olson, look at that super chat from Douglas. Well, thank you, Douglas. We appreciate that. That's a Mountain Dew salute. And Douglas, you did good. You got through the process. We're happy for you. But it doesn't end till your beautiful wife becomes a U.S. citizen. So my advice to you is to keep on collecting the evidence. Keep collecting the evidence. Larry said lower the camera. Well, I can't do that right now. I should raise it up or lower the camera. Maybe I should do like that. How about that? Thank you for that super chat, Douglas. And the Filipino living in Cyprus. And Jay Baxter, good evening to the Ross family. How are you doing today? We're good. Thank you, Jay Baxter. And Jay Baxter is a member of the channel also. I said I was going to keep the membership to 25, but it went to 27. Then somebody canceled out, which is fine. I mean, obviously, I gave them all the information they needed to get their green card. So now we're down. We got 26 members. Let me see. How long, Dwayne Bickelman, how long did you wait, Douglas? That's a good question. And Douglas, what the whole purpose of this channel, okay, isn't for me to make money from a membership fee. The only reason I ask for a membership fee, and it's $9.99 a month, is so I know who's got my phone number and my email address. That's the only reason I asked for it, okay? Google said in order for me to, if I want to protect my phone number and my email address, just create a membership, then you know who's got it. That's the reason. Francois is in the house. Francois Livingston. Francois is a member of the channel. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois. Now, Francois, you asked me, you sent me an email. You told me that Hamid's biometrics are all already scheduled. And I said to you, the reason that it happened so quickly is because you submitted a fantastic green card application with Hamid. And then you asked me in an email, you said, well, how does immigration know that? Well, Francois, immigration received your green card application for Hamid, and they opened it up, and they saw what a fantastic green card application you did. I mean, what was it? Like, it weighed like four tons, right? Didn't it take like 4 FedEx trucks just to get it to where did you send it? Chicago? You did good on the green card application. Immigration rewarded you. No, Francois, it hasn't been a week yet. That's correct. Immigration rewarded you. They knew that you put a lot of effort and a lot of work into that green card application with Hamid. So they jumped right on. They just jumped right on it and got you the biometrics appointment that quick. And Douglas, again, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that. I mean, the super chats, okay, they keep Karina in Hardy's breakfast and me in Mountain Dew. The Mountain Dew keeps my mouth from drying up because I talk for an hour 3 times a week. Dwayne Bickelman, would it be okay once my wife gets her citizenship to also get her Filipino citizenship back as well, like dual citizenship? Well, I know there's a lot of countries that allow for dual citizenship. I don't know if the Philippines allows for dual citizenship. I really don't know. England, if you're a British citizen, you never lose your citizenship, okay? If you become an American and you're British, you're a dual citizen, automatic. British, American, American, British, whatever you want to say. You don't lose it. But with the Philippines, if you become an American citizen, I don't know if the Filipino government will allow you to keep dual citizenship. But it would be good if they do, because you cannot own property in the Philippines if you're not a Filipino citizen. We should have that rule in the United States of America. You shouldn't be able to buy freaking land if you're not a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. Just my opinion. But I'll find out for you, Dwayne, on the next live stream. I'll give you an update on dual citizenship for the Philippines and the United States. I don't know. It's up to the Philippine government. Let me see. Francois, 42 pounds of papers. 42 pounds. Well, that's in kilos. What's that about? It's a lot of kilos because Karina works in kilograms. But I'm getting it converted into pounds and inches and feet instead of this meters and centimeters and kilograms, right? She's learning the process. Cornell Rivers, once the fiance comes to the United States, are we able to travel like a cruise? You can when you get a green card in your hand. You got to have a green card in your hand. But I don't recommend you taking any trips outside the United States until you have at least a 10-year green card. Remember, the 2-year green card is conditional. What does that mean? It's probationary. What does that mean? It means it can be taken away from you, basically, if for any reason. So you can travel on a 2-year green card, but I don't recommend you do it. I recommend you get your 10-year green card, then go on the cruise. A 10-year green card carries a lot more weight than a 2-year, okay? So just my opinion. Jay Baxter, we mailed ours off on the 11th. It says it won't arrive until the 17th, and there are some unexpected delays with UPS. UPS having problems. That's amazing. Interesting. Not USPS, not the Postal Service, UPS. Francois Livingston, we sent the green card box via DHL on the recommendation of Diego. There you go. It took only 1 day for USIS to receive it. Couldn't believe it. Well, let's do this. Let's put MAGA pixie dust, okay, on Jay Baxter's application. And we're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to Francois because she listened to me. She followed my directions. And she can call me, text me, or you email me anytime. She's got the phone number. She's got her email address. So when Francois has a question, I answer the question that same day. You don't have to wait for a live stream. And like I said, I'm maxed out with members now. So if you want to be a member, you can. But I did get one cancellation, so there's one slot opening up. Okay. If you become a member, you get my phone number, email address, and you can text me. Let's see, Jay Baxter, yes, UPS, I have got their app. And the day I mailed it, I got a notice saying they are having unexpected delays, but don't say why. And the delivery date changed to the 17th. Well, here's my advice to everybody watching this channel. Don't use UPS until they fix their transportation problems. DHL or FedEx is now going to be my recommendations. Francois, let me see. Francois, I thought you were going to go to 50 members. Denise Jefferson recommended I go to 50 members. Denise Jefferson said, go to 50 members. If you want me to go to 50 members, I'll go to 50 members. But you got to let me know, okay? You guys, this is your channel for you. I already know how to do this. I can do green cards in my sleep. I can make a K1 visa application happen in a living room sofa. Okay. If you want me to go to 50 members, I'll go to 50 members. And if that's the case, I'm at 26. Actually 27, but one canceled out. So that's 26. Okay. Denise Jefferson said I should go to 50 members. Francois says I should go to 50 members. Can I handle the cases? Yeah, I can handle 100. I got nothing to do. I'm retired like 3 times. I retired from the Navy. I retired from Mercedes-Benz. I retired from the real estate business. So Karina's starting her career with her company where she works. And we're also going to put some businesses together for Karina, the coffee company and things like that. And I want to put another YouTube channel together. So if I could go to 100 members, I just want to make sure that you guys are comfortable with the fact that I'm going to be helping you one-on-one. If you are a member of this channel, don't be scared to email me or text me or call me. That's why I'm here, okay? If I don't pick up the phone, leave a message, it's because I'm in the yard or I'm at Walmart buying Mountain Dew. I'll go to 50 members. Okay, Francois, let's go to 50. Douglas Olson, Dwayne, it took 11 months with one RFE. One RFE? Yeah, that's what, and also Larry's had an RFE also, but it wasn't his fault. Dwayne, we did FedEx. They got it in less than 3 days. When I sent my wife's adjustment of status February 26th, we got a text on March 3rd. There you go. Cornell Rivers, how long does it take to be able to work once you reach the United States? Okay, listen, this is how it works. Cornell. You arrive in America, you get married within 90 days, You got to get married within the 90 days on your I-94. The K-1 visa becomes obsolete. Now you're working off of an I-94. The Border Patrol issues you an I-94. You got 90 days. You get married. Then you file after about 50 or 60 days. You collect the evidence for your green card application. Okay. You file for the work permit and the green card in the same package. The green card application for an adult, including the biometrics, is $1,440. And then the work permit is $260. So you add those together, and that's how, what is that? What is that? Come on. If you add those two numbers together, okay, 1,440 plus 260 is $1,700. Then you get your work permit, then you can start work. But you want to apply for your social security number as soon as you can. As soon as you get your I-94, you want to get your social security number. Okay, so that way you can get on the bank, get on the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill, and all of the bills like that. Putting a green card package together requires good timing and a lot of hard work. Okay, you can start work when you get your work permit. You cannot start work when you get your social security number. A lot of people get their social security card. Oh, I can go to work. No, you can't. The only thing that does is it gives you access to banks. Okay, Karina got her social security card. I put her on the bank. There's a joint bank as a joint owner right away. Okay, that's what that was for. But you cannot work till you get the work permit. And if you don't apply for the work permit, you don't have to. Then you don't work. You cannot work until you get the green card. You get the green card in your hand, and you can go look for a job and get into the business of making money. Cornell, waiting on some babies. You're waiting on babies. Abdul Wahab Kanu, how about I-751? What about it? What's the question? What is the question? Ask me what is your question about the 751? Ask me what is your question on it? What do you want to know? Francois Livingston, I said 50 because you said the other day that Denise suggested you go 50. Yeah, Denise Jefferson, she said I should go to 50 members. And she said, don't talk politics. And I'm like, well, politics is about immigration, right? Right? Karina doesn't like when I talk about politics. But what is politics? I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm not telling you to become a Democrat or Republican. But when I talk politics, I try to explain to you that when you come here as a foreign national, you got to learn the political system for U.S. citizenship. You got to know how the government works. If you want to become a U.S. citizen, you got to learn how this country operates. It works under 3 branches of government, right? And there's 2 political parties, right? Actually, there's more than 2 political parties. There's a bunch of political parties, but the 2 primary ones are the Democrats and Republicans. Now, I'm independent. I mean, on this channel, I don't care what your politics are. I couldn't care less. My job is to help you get your green card and your K-1 visa. I couldn't care less what your politics are, okay? But my pet peeve is this. When illegal immigrants come into this country and take your jobs, they take your apartment, they take a home, they take a house, they get free health care. Why? Why is my tax money paying for this? Why? When you guys watching this channel all around the world have paid visa fees, you had medical exams, you got police checks done, you had to get police certificates, right? You had to get Karina had to get a police certificate from Venezuela, from Colombia, and Interpol. You got to go. She had to have a medical exam in Colombia. She had a medical exam in Florida, right? That isn't free, number one. So you guys are going through all this, jumping through all these hoops, filling out all this paperwork to get this green card, right? Well, no, primarily to get married to your American citizen sponsor. But the outcome is a green card, right? So you can live here and work here. And you get these people sneaking in the country illegally, and they want all this stuff for freaking free. Like, who the hell do these people think they are? President Trump is enforcing congressional law. It's not President Trump saying, we're deporting everybody. It's President Trump saying congressional law says, signed in 1950 or whatever, says this is the rule. And he's the first president to enforce it. Okay? This isn't about me liking or not liking President Trump. But what I do like is the fact he's doing a good job. Now, remember, I'm not a Republican. I'm independent. He's registered Republican. Just because I say I think he's doing a good job doesn't make me a freaking Republican. Because I think Republicans and Democrats in the House of Representatives, it's like a freaking clown show. It's a clown show. It's like a big giant food fight, from Animal House. Cornell Rivers, no, you and your wife. Oh, well, we would have to just think about that, putting that out publicly, because we'd protect our family. And remember, this channel goes around the world, okay, in 150 plus countries. Francois Livingston, the freebies have been allowed to happen for a long time, right? It's a giant magnet. Come to America illegally, free freaking healthcare, free dental care, a hotel room in New York City's Times Square for free. I mean, seriously, can you imagine if I snuck into Colombia and I called the Colombian government up and said, hey, where's my hotel room? I want a free hotel room. I want free medical care, and this and this and this. The Colombian immigration would come and arrest me, throw me in jail, then deport me. So why is it when we do it from America that we're called this and we're called that, and Trump's called a racist? Trump's not a racist. How is he a racist? It's stupid. These people are so low IQ. Just my opinion. Okay? President Trump is enforcing the law. That's all he's doing, which was put in place by the Congress of the United States. And you got people like AOC from Queens. She's a Democrat, but actually she's more like a communist in my mind. And she's saying this and this and this. And it's like she's talking in a high school playground. I mean, how do these people get elected? I don't know. And Francois is correct. The freebies have been allowed happening for a long time. Right. So you come to this country legally. You got your green card, right? You got your green card in your hand. What did you do to have to get to that point besides marrying an American, who you love and you want to be with, right? What did you have to do? You went through hell and high water to get it, right? RFEs, paying visa fees, scary visa interviews at the embassy, and then right now for the green card. You go through all this. It's like you're swimming, right? And you're tired and you're wore out and you just like, dang, how much longer does this have to go on? And then you get your green card and then you got to do it all over again for your 10-year green card, right? So if you're in this country illegally, if you are in America illegally, okay, my recommendation is you take your ass back to your home country where you came from and apply through the process that was put in place by the Congress of the United States. Okay? That's just my opinion. Keeping up with Irene. Hello, Diego and Karina. Good evening. Does gambling and lottery winning add for income for filing a green card? Yeah, you're taxed on gambling and lottery winnings. What, did you go to Vegas and win $1 million? That would be good, right? Let's do this. Let's put some MAGA pixie dust over those gambling wins. Yeah. If you win money in a casino, it's counted as income. The casino will issue you a notice, a form, and it's income. You have to get taxed on it. And if you're taxed on it, guess what? It's included as income. All right? But unless you're a professional gambler and that's what your full-time job is, immigration will look at it as income for that particular year, but they won't count it, for the next year unless you go back and win again. But if you win money gambling, or if you depending on how much it is, if it's over $400, I think you have to file it. You have to file it with your taxes. That's just the way it is. It counts as income. Immigration will accept it. If you are unemployed temporarily, let's suppose you're unemployed. And you work for this job, you got this good job, and then you got laid off from your job and you went on unemployment for 6 months while you look for another job. then you are on unemployment for 6 months, and then you find another job, and then you got a brand new job. That unemployment money counts as income by immigration. You get taxed on it. Okay? If you're on unemployment, you get taxed on it. So if it's taxed, immigration accepts it as income. Gambling, casino money, lotteries. If you won the lottery, the Florida lottery, if you're on unemployment, but you can't stay on unemployment. Unemployment is a temporary cushion while you're between jobs. Okay, you're between jobs. If immigration sees that you're on unemployment for a year, immigration's not going to give you a freaking green card. But if you were on unemployment for 6 months, okay, I'm talking the beneficiary sponsor now. If you were temporarily on unemployment money, 5 months, 4 months, then you found another job, went back to work, you pay tax on the unemployment, it counts as income for your total income for the year. Okay? Like I've got a membership fee on this channel now, right? And you guys send me super chats sometimes. And Karina goes to have her hearty's breakfast. Well, all those super chats and that membership money is income. So I have to pay taxes on it. Let me see here. Keeping up with Irene. Thank you so much, Diego. That was very helpful. Well, yeah, Mountain Dew salute. Let's hopefully you win some big money in Las Vegas. That would be good, right? Let's suppose you won $1 million in Las Vegas. So first you're going to pay your federal taxes on it, right? When you file your tax return at the end of the year, or in the beginning of the year, depending at the beginning of January, February, March, April, in there, you're going to pay taxes on $1 million. The federal government's going to take their cut. Depending if you live in a state that requires you pay income tax where you live, they're going to take their cut. In Florida, we don't pay income tax here. So when Corinne and I filed our taxes together, okay, in fact, we just mailed it off. I don't pay any state income tax to the government of Florida. They make enough money from tourists and however else they make money. So Florida, Washington State, Texas, let me see. There's a bunch of states out there where you don't pay any income tax. And those are states I recommend you live in if you can. Florida, Nevada, Texas, Tennessee, Washington State. For a fact, those 5 states, for a fact, you don't pay any income tax when you live there. So no matter how much money you make, whether you won $1 million off the lottery or not, you won't get taxed on your income. You're only going to pay the federal government when you fill out your 1040. You got it? So I'm glad that was helpful for you, keeping up with Irene. Hopefully you had a success and won lots of money. That would be good. Wouldn't that be good? Corinne and I are planning our vacation, our next vacation. We got 2 ideas. We got 3 or 4 ideas in the works that we're thinking about going for our vacation. I was thinking about flying to El Paso and then driving from El Paso up through New Mexico as a vacation, because then I can take Corinne to the Roswell UFO Museum, take her to the skip site where the UFO crashed in Roswell, and then take her to Albuquerque and show her around New Mexico. That's an idea. Another idea for a vacation was we were going to fly to Maine and then catch a Greyhound bus and ride down from Maine all the way down to Philadelphia and go check out the Liberty Bell and where the Constitution was signed. And then another idea is New York City. Corinne likes New York City idea. We'll fly to New York and spend a week in New York City. But we're going to wait till next summer to do that because we're waiting for all the illegal immigrants to be sent back home before we go to New York, because most of the hotels are filled up with all these illegals getting their free handouts. Once they've gone back home, then all the hotels can get refurbished and whatever they're going to do. And then we can go and find a hotel room. But right now, hotel rooms, they're so high in price. The crazy price is because there's no supply of them. The hotel rooms are in high demand, but low supply. So we're just going to wait a year on the New York. We're going to fly to New York and spend a week in New York. So those are some ideas we got running around. Maybe fly to Alaska. Take her into Alaska. Take her check out the polar bears. Is there polar bears in Alaska? I don't know. Orlando Lopez, hi Diego and Karina, wife, and I have our adjustment of status interview next month. Okay. And the requirement is my birth certificate. Okay. So you got a letter, and immigration said they want to see your birth certificate. I ordered it from New York, but it seems it won't arrive in time. Could it be an issue? Well, it could, because they want to see it. So what's going to happen is you'll go to your interview, and if you don't have the birth certificate, you're going to be put into an immigration hold until you can come up with it. So what I would be doing is calling New York and telling them to get off their backsides and do their freaking job and process that birth certificate for you. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see? It's always California and New York that have problems processing simple documents like a birth certificate, a marriage certificate, a divorce decree, getting the deed to a house, put your name on the deed to a house. New York and California are problem children because their governments are ran inefficiently. Okay? They are. I'm sorry that you're having an issue getting your birth certificate, Orlando, with the state of New York. But you got to have it. And if you don't have it, you're going to get an RFE, or you're going to put into an immigration hold until you can produce it. Then you're going to have to go back with it and then just explain what happened. Raj Malhotra, hi Diego, what is an alien registration? That is an alien. Every single person who is a legal immigrant into the United States has an alien registration number, and it's on the NOA2 letter. So if you take a look at your NOA2 letter and look below the name, on the NOA2 letter, there's going to be an alien registration number. That is your alien registration number, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary, for the rest of your life, for your entire life. So when I got Karina's NOA2 letter, there was her alien registration number. That registers her as a legal permanent resident. When you go apply for a job with your green card, the company will input that alien registration number into their computer to make sure you are in the United States legally. Hopefully they do that. That's E-Verify, right? So what is an alien registration number? It is a number that identifies an immigrant who entered the United States legally or is about to. Okay? Now, when you fill out the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support for your beneficiary, when you go to the green card, when you go to the K-1 visa interview, in whichever country in the world that is, India, Pakistan, Colombia, wherever you're at in the world, on the I-134, they ask for what? They ask for the alien registration number, right? And everybody's pulling their hair out. They're sending me messages in YouTube. Diego, where's my alien registration number? I got to have it for the I-134. Well, if you look on your NOA2 letter, right below the name or above the name it's right there. That's where you get it. Raj Malhotra, I have applied you have applied for a green card in November 2024. When can I get the green card? So far, how long has it taken? It's taken about 9.3 months as of April 14th, 2025. 9.3 months to the exact, okay, for the average. So you applied November, so I'm not going to count November. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So August or September of 2025, you will be getting ready for your green card interview, okay? But with that said, let's put some mega pixie dust all over. This is the K-1 Visa Green Card Super Lucky 2025 mega pixie dust, okay? The secret to this whole thing is patience, patience, patience. Like Larry Pierce, he's waiting on like Moggy, she's waiting on her green card interview. They'll get it. They'll get their green card, but they went into an RFE because immigration lost their 864. So Larry had to redo the 864 and submit it back to immigration. And then that just slows the case down. It slows down everything. Okay. It doesn't deny. Moggy's not going to be denied her green card because Larry qualifies for the application. And so does Moggy. But it slows it down like molasses. Okay. But if there's a denial coming your way, you're going to get a letter right away. So if you submit an RFE and you don't hear from immigration for a while, then you're good. Just wait it out. But if you submit an RFE and then you get a letter of denial come back in your face, then you got to fix it. Then you need to be a member of this channel so you can call me and I can help you work through a notice of intent to deny. I fixed a bunch of those. I've helped people overcome a notice of intent to deny. Okay? Don't have a heart attack if you get a notice of intent to deny letter. Relax. Don't be calling an immigration attorney. First, you got to pay me $5,000. Don't do that. I'll help you through it. But remember, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you legal advice, but I've got 11 years of experience doing this. I can do it in my sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Raj, do I have to go for an interview? Yes, everybody has a green card interview. Or will I get a green card? No, you go to the green card interview first. I got my work permit in January. Okay, that's great. You got your work permit. Go to work, make some money, make some cash, create some efectivo, right? And just wait for your green card interview. Go to the green card interview. Okay, relax. Put your business, business casual. Bring all the documents with you they asked for, right? And then you'll get your green card. Raj Malhotra. Karina is looking sporty today. Looks nice. White band. It's Blanca Esther.
Yes.
She said, okay, thank you. She's all sporty, huh? She said today she's dressing different. What do you think? She's just getting used to she's getting all these American clothes, looking in stores and stuff and because clothes here are different than in South America. In South America, the style's different than here. When I was in Colombia, I'm like, all the ladies were wearing different kind of styles. And Korean's like, I'm looking, and I told Korean, I'm not looking at the women, I'm looking at the clothes. Because it's different. I'm like, what the heck? I've never seen her dressed like that before. And then Karina comes to America and she's like, well, this is different. The clothes are different here. But she's like, she's happy. Is it too Felice? But she said, yeah, she says it's a little different. The clothes here are different. But that doesn't mean in the future, when Karina's a U.S. citizen, we're going to jump on a plane and go to Colombia and she can bring an empty suitcase with her and buy a bunch of clothes from Colombia. No? Okay, she's good. But she likes clothes. She likes to shop at TJ Maxx. There's good clothes in there and other places. So, but we're planning our vacation. That's what we're doing right now. We're trying to figure out next summer, though. Next summer, right? See? Proximo Verano? Okay. So, New York, New Mexico, Maine. Those are things. And Alaska is it's too freaking cold. So it's going to be New Mexico, New York, or Maine. So let us know. What do you think? What do you think would be a good place to go for a vacation? Karina's, huh? Karina wants to go to New York. Raj, how is Alaska now? Right now, it's April. It's cold in Alaska right now. But don't go to Anchorage. Now, the reason I say that isn't because of the weather, but because of they're having a volcano in Anchorage, Alaska, is rumbling and grumbling. Okay. Now, when I was in college, I studied geology. I was a physics guy, but I studied geology. So I get into stuff, like rock, plate tectonics and things like that. So when San Diego had their earthquake today, I wasn't surprised. I'm like, okay, well, the plates are moving. But in Alaska, in Anchorage, Alaska, there's a volcano that's acting really, really grumpy, which is what, the Australians say, right? Grumpy. I would avoid Alaska right now. Not because the weather's bad, but because I just got a bad feeling something's going to happen. And my gut's usually pretty good. So if you are living in Alaska, I don't know what to tell you. Raj, OMG, we are going to Anchorage, then to Fairbanks after 3 days. Ticket already. When are you going to Anchorage? So you're flying to Anchorage, right? Now in Anchorage, there's right there. There's there's a place you can go on a tour in Anchorage, and go boating around icebergs or something. But Anchorage right now is pretty dicey regarding the volcano. So you may want to keep an eye on the news, okay? Just keep an eye on the news with Anchorage. Don't be scared, but when I was in college studying geology, I was one of my things I had to do was to try to figure out when earthquakes were going to happen, which is next to impossible, okay? But it was one of my requirements. And I would not go to Anchorage right now. Raj, flying from Los Angeles to Seattle, okay, in Washington State, Seattle to Fairbanks, and then with weekly train to Anchorage. So you're going to ride the train. That's a great idea. The train from Fairbanks to Anchorage is an outstanding idea. Okay, so we'll put some mega pixie dust on your vacation. All right. Try not to panic. You should be okay. All right, but I'm watching stuff right now in Alaska, and I kind of like Trump's idea about incorporating Canada into the United States, because then that would tie Alaska. There wouldn't be a separation boundary between the United States and Alaska. But I don't know if the Canadians would be happy about becoming part of America. Who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. I never even thought about that before, making Canada part of the United States. It never crossed my mind. But if you look at the division line across Canada and America, and we both basically believe in the same stuff, we're both, I don't know. But that's going to be up to Canadians, I'm pretty sure, right? Because they're a sovereign country. Now, if you want to travel between Canada and the United States, there's some rules that are in place that you have to follow. Now, the United Kingdom has started where you have to buy a visa. If you want to travel to England, if you want to go see the Queen's crown jewels, or the King's now, right? If you want to go to see the crown jewels and eat fish and chips, you got to buy a visa. I think it's about $20 before you can go to England. Tourists, I'm talking. It sucks. I mean, seriously. Let's suppose you're flying from Germany to Ireland, you have to land in London for a turnover, for a layover. You have to buy a freaking visa just to do a layover. So the British government has lost their minds. In my opinion, they've lost their freaking minds. Anyway, God's Power Okini. I like that. God's Power Okini. Hello, Diego. I filed my work permit and my green card December 13th. Did my biometrics on the March 4th. My status reads actively making a decision on my case. What do I do? You wait. What you do is you come on the channel and you tell me what's going on. Then I can put mega pixie dust all over your application, and then you just wait. Okay. So let me see. You did the biometrics on March 4th. So by the end of this month, you should have your work permit. Shouldn't be much longer. You get your work permit, then you can go start work and just wait on your green card. But you're going to go to an interview. Everybody's having interviews, 2-year green card interviews. Raj, can Indian travel with 2-year green card? Here's what I say. Look, listen. Anybody in the United States of America with a 2-year green card can travel, but I don't recommend it, because the Border Patrol has the authority to pull your green card if they want to. Okay, if there's an issue, let's suppose the 2-year green card is a conditional green card, right? It's conditional. That means that it's temporary. You lift the conditions off of it after 2 years, and you get your 10-year green card. Then you become a fully vested, legal, permanent resident. Right now, just pretend if you got a 2-year green card, just pretend you got an ankle bracelet around your ankle, and everywhere you go, the government knows where you're going, what you're doing. They're monitoring you. Okay. So, my advice is don't travel on a 2-year green card. Don't do it. Just wait till you get your 10-year. We're not going to travel till Corinne is a U.S. citizen. I don't recommend it. Raj, how is the train ride from Fairbanks to Anchorage? It's you're going through mountains. It's a very nice train ride. I like the train, so I thought to go with the train. Excellent idea. Fantastic idea. Riding a train from Fairbanks to Anchorage is fantastic. And in Anchorage, there's a place that you can go and take a trip, okay, where you can go with a tour guide takes you out on a lake with icebergs in it, and you get to row around icebergs. That's what I would do. But keep an eye on that volcano. Cornell Rivers, biometrics, it's a mandatory. Yes, it's mandatory. And what is the wait time to have a notification from USCIS about it? Well, its average wait time is about 6 weeks, 4 weeks to 6 weeks. But Francois Livingston, she got Hamid's biometrics done just like that. So it depends on how strong your green card application is and how busy immigration is. And it's mandatory. Do you know what biometrics is? It's a photograph. Immigration take a picture of your face. They get your fingerprints, and they want you to sign your full name. Okay, that's what biometrics is. You repeat the biometrics for the 10-year green card, and you repeat the biometrics for U.S. citizenship. You repeat the medical exam for the 2-year green card, but you don't have to repeat the medical exam for the 10-year or for U.S. citizenship. Once you have your medical exam for the K-1 visa interview or the K-2 visa interview, you come to America, you repeat the medical exam for the K-1 and the K-2. If this K-2 is involved, you do the medical exam over. And then when you apply for your 10-year green card, you don't have to worry about the medical exam anymore. That's over with. Okay? When you apply for U.S. citizenship, you don't have to worry about the medical exam anymore. You don't have to include your I-94 unless you went on vacation. So let's suppose you're on a 2-year green card and you go on vacation for a week to the Philippines or 2 weeks, so you come back. You have to print the I-94 from your vacation and include it in your 10-year green card application. Immigration want to know, why did you leave for the United States? Well, it's a vacation. I want to go see grandma in Cebu. Okay, you went to see grandma in Cebu. Okay. Or you wanted to go to visit the Taj Mahal in India. Or you wanted to go to see the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Or you wanted to go see kangaroos jumping around in Australia. Whatever the reason, give an explanation, because immigration want to know. But the solution to this is don't leave the United States while you have a 2-year green card. Raj Malhotra, I got my real ID a few days ago. Okay, good. What is the name of the place where I can go around an iceberg? There's a company that does a tour in Anchorage that does that. I can't remember the name of the company, but what you could do is Google Anchorage tours companies. Go online and Google Anchorage tour companies, and you will. There's only like 1 or 2 companies that do it, and you'll be able to find it. It's a fantastic experience. You ride the train from Fairbanks to Anchorage, then you go on a boat cruise around icebergs. What an opportunity, right? Can we travel within the United States with a green card pending? Sure, you can. You can just travel with your passport. If you're in America and you're waiting for your green card, you can travel within the United States. There's no problem. But you just don't want to leave America until you at least get your 10-year green card. Because when you apply for U.S. citizenship, the first question they're going to ask you is, have you ever left the United States? And they're going to ask Karina, have you ever left the United States? When she goes for citizenship, she's going to say, no, I've been a continual resident of this country since I got here. Never left. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Raj, I don't like cold weather, but also excited to go to Alaska. It's not cold where it's unbearably cold. Okay. It's just not, for me, I like 80 degrees. Karina's like 65, 70 degrees. I like 80 to 90 degrees. And that's why I live in Florida, because it gets warm. It gets hot here pretty quick. And then the only thing I don't like is the hurricanes and the tornadoes and stuff. That stuff sucks. But other than that, we just muddle through. The green card application is taking about 9 months to get, 9.3 months to be exact. You have to go to biometrics. It's mandatory. if you don't go to your biometrics, then you're not going to get your green card. You have to repeat the medical exam once you get to the United States for the green card. So you go online, you Google green card, medical exam, civil surgeon, etc. Okay, got to do the medical exam. You got to get your vaccinations recertified. If you don't do it when you apply for the green card, then you're going to get a letter, and they're going to say, when you come to your green card interview, you got to bring with you your medical exam in a sealed envelope. So just get it done and include it in the green card application for the 2-year. I'm talking the 2-year green card. The 10-year green card application is the USCIS Form 751. It's $750, and all the stuff you sent for your 2-year green card, you're going to repeat all that plus more stuff for your 10-year green card, but you don't have to do the medical exam over. You don't have to include the I-94 unless you leave the United States and go on vacation. Then you got to include it. Raj, you like it 22 to 28 degrees. That's centigrade. What's that in Fahrenheit? Raj, when I applied for the green card, I sent the I-693 form. Yeah. Well, the doctor should have signed the 693. That's the medical exam. And he should have put it, or she should have put it in a sealed envelope and sealed it up and said for Homeland Security only. Jacob Wisdom. Hey, Diego and Karina, question. Can you take your baby to a green card interview with you? Yes, of course you can. The immigration officer is going to see the baby and go, wait, your green card's approved. There you go. Yeah, you can bring your baby with you to the green card interview. Just bring plenty of diaper changes and what do they drink? What do babies eat? Enfamil? The milk? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. When you go to the K1 visa interview, if you have a baby, you can bring the baby to the K1 visa interview. But you got to remember, if you have a baby with a U.S. citizen, you have to register the birth overseas. If you have a baby with a U.S. citizen and the baby's born overseas, just register the birth with the embassy, and then the baby gets a U.S. passport. Okay, if your fiance is pregnant and has a baby overseas, register the birth at the embassy. You don't have to apply for a K2 visa. All you got to do is get a passport for the baby. That's it, and register the birth. Raj, so again, we have to do medical. Already I gave my sealed medical exam when I ended on K1. When you came to the United States on a K1 visa, right, you repeated the medical exam in the United States, right? You redid it. And you put the medical exam in your green card application, right? That's it. And that's the last time you have to do it. You don't have to repeat the medical exam. You don't have to do it for the 10-year green card. You don't have to repeat it. Karina is applying for her 10-year green card in 11 months. Once Mace. In 11 months, that's how quick the time goes by. So in 11 months from now, okay, now we've already got a stack of evidence like this for her 10-year green card. We've been doing stuff. We've been traveling. We went to Las Vegas. We went to Arizona. And then Karina got to hang out in Dallas. She got to hang out in Atlanta. She'd been bouncing around America, and she traveled on her Florida driver's license, which is real ID. Okay. Karina got to America. She never driven a car before. She didn't know what to do, how to drive. I taught her how to drive, right? She got her Florida driver's license, and we traveled from Florida to Las Vegas with her driver's license. It was real ID. Carlos, what photos besides wedding photos should I include with the I-485? When did you start dating your fiance? Karina and I started dating in 2021. We took pictures in 2021 with family and friends. And Karina's got so many friends in Bogota, I lost count. So I got pictures with her friends, okay? So when we applied for Karina's 2-year green card, we put pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So we had 4 years worth of pictures for her 2-year green card, starting from when we started dating each other all the way up to when we got married. Then wedding pictures. Okay. That went in her 2-year green card. Karina got her 2-year green card in 3 months and 2 weeks, something like that. Now, next year, in 11 months, we're going to apply for Karina's 10-year green card. We're going to include pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, 24, 25, and 26. There you go. 6 years worth of pictures. So let's say 10 pictures per year. It'll be about 50 to 60 pictures. Carlos, did I answer your question? Did you understand? You got it, right? You want to show a timeline of your relationship. Okay? Raj, my medical was done in where? Chennai. Where's Chennai at? ¿Dónde es Chennai, mi amor? I don't know where Chennai is. And they said to give me sealed medical during the entry. So already they have my medical. No, they don't. Raj, when you entered the United States of America and the Border Patrol took your medical exam, it's gone. You have to redo it for the green card. Karina, when she entered the United States in Miami in January 2024, the Border Patrol took her package of information that was sealed in the embassy in Bogota, her medical, whatever other secret stuff they put in there. They took everything. We got home here into the panhandle of Florida. I called the doctor up in Pensacola. I said, hey, my wife needs a green card medical exam. Can we schedule an appointment? And the lady said, sure. So she said, first, I need to see her vaccination records. So I sent it in PDF email. The doctor's assistant looked at her vaccination records and said, okay, she's good with vaccinations. Your medical exam is scheduled for 9:30 a.m. on this day. I think it was January of 2024. We drove to Pensacola, which is a long freaking drive. She had her medical exam. The doctor signed the 693, recertified her vaccination documents, put it in a sealed envelope. He taped it up, or she did, sealed it, USCIS eyes only, and that went into Karina's 2-year green card application. So whatever they took from you, Raj, at the airport has gone into the another dimension of time. Okay, it's the Rosen Bridge of time. Your medical exam has gone through a wormhole from this universe to this universe. Where is it? Who the hell knows, right? You got to redo the medical exam for the green card, for the 2-year green card. Got to redo it. So what's going to happen if you didn't do it? Just wait and see. They're going to ask for it. They're going to want to see it. Okay? Okay, you got it? We'll give you a Mountain Dew salute because I'm going to save you here from the stress. It's easy to do. A medical exam for a green card is easy. You go on, if you live in Tennessee, if you live in New York, if you live in California, wherever it is you live in the United States, you Google USCIS civil surgeon and wherever it is you live. And then they will give you a listing of doctors you can use to get your green card medical exam done. Raj, but when I was applying for when you were applying for the green card, they haven't asked me for a medical and asked me to fill out the I-6. It's a 693, not 683. It's a 693. They asked you to fill out the form 693. Who's they? Did you get an RFE for your medical exam? Is that what happened? Raj, did you do a medical exam for your 2-year green card in the United States? Carlos, this channel's free information and experiences got us through the K1 visa and saved us thousands of dollars. Next up is the adjustment of status. Well, there you go, Carlos. A Mountain Dew salute. I saved you what? $5,000? Let's say 5,000. That's money you can use for something else other than an immigration attorney who's going to make his car payment on his BMW, right? Jacob, wisdom, thanks, Diego. You're welcome. Jay Baxter. Jay Baxter's a member. Jay Baxter, that's something I'm grateful for. Our Border Patrol agent looked at 2 things in her package after opening it and then gave us everything back after saying get married in 90 days. There you go. So that Border Patrol agent helped you. Okay. Karina's Border Patrol agent took everything. And we're not bashing the Border Patrol. They do a fantastic job. They are keeping our country safe and secure. And we're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to the Border Patrol and Immigration and Customs, because they're keeping our country secure. And Raj, no, you didn't do a medical exam. Well, you're going to have to. You're going to get a letter, okay? And they're going to ask for your medical exam for your 2-year green card. That's coming. But don't panic. What you got to do now is you got to go online and find a doctor, a civil surgeon, wherever it is you live, what city you live in, wherever you live in America. You got to go and repeat the medical exam, because they're going to ask you for that paperwork sooner rather than later. Okay. So I would get that done. Anyway, guys, if you want to be a member of the channel, if you want my phone number, if you want my email address, if you want me to personally walk you through a green card application by phone, by text, you can screenshot your stuff to me if you want to. Denise Jefferson and Francois Livingston, they're the great supporters of this channel. They recommend I go to 50 members. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to 50 members. So if you want to be a member, you go into the channel where it says members only, and you'll be able to find my phone number and my email address. When you text me, identify who you are. Say, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm a member of your channel, and identify who you are. If I get a text message from somebody and they don't identify who they are, I don't know who the heck that is, right? I don't know who it is. So I'm not going to respond. But if you sign up as a member, I'm here 7 days a week for you. Let's suppose you get an emergency letter from immigration. They send you a letter and it's a big problem and you want somebody to fix it, then you can call me. Raj, I need to wait for a letter from USCIS for the medical requirements. Right now, just wait. What you need to do right now is just wait and see what immigration tells you to do. Don't think ahead of immigration, okay? Just follow their instructions. That's all you can do. Relax. It's easy to get a freaking green card medical exam. It was like, I got Karina her green card medical exam. It only took me 3 days to get an appointment. It's easy to do, but you got to do it. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to get something to eat. Karina made a great dinner. I can smell it cooking. It tastes, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's ribs. Is that what it is? I don't know what she made. Huh? She's keeping it a secret. I guess it's a surprise for me to find out. Today's Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday, 6 p.m. and we will continue the live stream. And Raj, you have babies planned? Just a little question. We're always planning something, but we don't talk about family stuff on the channel. Okay. All right. No, you good. I don't care. You can ask me. If to our members who are members of this channel, please don't be shy. If you want to text me. And if you want to call me, if you want to email me, go right ahead. You know my contact information. And if you want my contact information, the only way I can give it out with that, so I know who has it, is to have this freaking membership thing. See you guys on, what's today? Wednesday? Wednesday. Francois, thank you for all you do. And Raj, thanks for helping us with the K1. You're welcome. See you guys on Wednesday.